Southern Vanguard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man.
Yeah. Cappuccino mix.
Cappuccino mix.
Must be Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Feeling all right. What's up, homie?
Is that the song?
What's that?
Sunday night, feeling all right. It sounds like a song.
It could be. It could be. I don't know.
Nobody take that shit. I'm patenting. I'm copywriting that shit right now. I'm going to log in. I'm going to log in the portal, web portal, and copyright that shit right now.
What's good, homie?
Oh, Lord. No, I'm just, glad to be here, man. We got that Wathen's bourbon on deck tonight. We got that.
It's tasty.
We got that 21st Amendment, hell or high water. How do you fucking say it?
Hell or high watermelon.
Hell or high watermelon.
Yeah, that's probably the last 6-pack of the season.
It could be. It's probably getting ready to be real light with that with that beer.
No doubt.
But
we caught a 6.
Yeah, man. That's a 12, actually.
You caught the 12?
Yeah. I brought 8 down here. I left 4 up top. For
okay, but there wasn't but 6 left in there, so you already been on them.
Well, we had 2, right?
There's 4 in there now.
There's 4 in there now?
Yeah.
Really?
You need to keep a better eye on your kids, man. They down here drinking beers and shit. You don't even know it.
It could be.
Tommy and Edie up there faded right now. I love it.
Oh, Lord. Don't say that. DFAC show up in this bitch.
Nah, it'll be
good.
Be fine. It's just beer. What else is going on, man?
Oh, shit. Not much. Same old shit. I mean, I did some real, the shit that you do for your kids, speaking of kids.
Oh, yeah. You had an early Saturday morning thing?
Man, so my 8-year-old, he's in 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
Kid just wants to join drama club. Well, they got some dumbass, old, bullshit Marietta rule where you have to sign up like in person for the drama club.
Mm.
Well, the problem is that there aren't many slots for the drama club.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's this big fucking grandiose like production that they do every year. So they have sign up at the Strand on the square, on the Marietta Square.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like over the years, people have been like, a line started to form early. So sign ups at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. People start getting there real early. Like I've heard about this. I just haven't experienced it yet because my 2 oldest weren't interested in doing drama.
Yeah.
So you start hearing the things and the research and shit. Like, what time should I get there? And I hear people talking about showing up at 5 a.m., 5:30. Well, wait, it gets better. 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. Like, yeah, be there by 5:30, 6 a.m. You'll be okay. Well, that week, Tommy comes home and he's like, I was talking to my friend Susie or whoever, and her mom's going to get there at 2:30 in the morning. I was like, look, your dad is not getting there at 2:30 in the morning. I'm sorry, dude. And then he keeps, you know how kids are. They just keep going in. They just every day come back with a new story about somebody's mom or dad's going to get there dumb early. And then I got a couple of like school dads that like we're on like a little text chain here. We just talk shit all the time. Kind of like what we got with Pocket and Jay and shit like that, right? So I get on this little chain, like somebody hits the text group, and they're like, "Yo, I'm gonna be at the thing tomorrow night. Who's gonna be there? Or the thing in the morning? What time y'all getting there?" And I said, "I'm gonna be there." I was like, "I plan to be there about 4:30, 5 a.m. That's what I was gonna go." And so then I start hearing these things, and this other guy on the chain was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be there at 3:30." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, all right, look, I said I was going to
elementary school.
Dude, for elementary school, some shit you got to pay for too.
Oh, nah, man.
Bro. So I'm like, all right, look, I said I was going to get there at 5:30. I'm going to bump it up an hour. I'll get there at 4:30. Well, you know how when you got to get up dumb early, you set the alarm clock and you can't fucking sleep?
Yeah.
So I ended up getting up at fucking 3:30 in the morning. I roll up to that bitch at 4 o'clock in the morning, line around the block. There's 60 slots. I got there at 4 a.m. I was number 66.
Oh, wow.
Motherfucker, man.
That's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
That's
shit.
Some bullshit, man.
So supposedly they take 70 and there's a little wiggle room and people drop out and shit like that. I'm like, all right, well, I'm 66. There's a pretty good chance
he's in there.
But
God
dude,
damn.
I was on the square at 4 a.m. Like had my laptop out. I was prepping for joints for Southern Vanguard Radio and at 5 a.m.
Crazy.
Getting the interview topics together.
Crazy, dude.
Paying bills and shit. And
That's crazy, dude. You really love your kids. I ain't mad at you.
Dude, I've had random people all weekend hitting me like, you got there at 4 a.m. and you were 66 in line. I'm like, yeah, don't tell me I didn't ever do anything for my kids.
That's stupid. That's crazy.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't mean to
you good, man.
So that's crazy, though, right? For elementary school drama.
That's beyond
club.
Crazy. That's beyond crazy, man.
Oh, it's awful.
And then you already been back in school for a week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we start back tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah. All I want to do is shout out. I want to shout out Bob and Brian over at Chopped Herring.
Oh, word, yeah.
Chopped Herring released the Insane Circle vinyl a couple of years ago. Y'all might remember us talking about that. But they came back around and chopped it up with me. They doing coffee table books now.
Yeah, that's just
and they're on. They already got 2 volumes out, and they're putting volume 3 together, and the Insane Circle is going to be in there. And
that's dope.
Yeah, they talked to me.
Who would have thought, man?
Certainly not
that's
me.
That's wild. Have you told the crew?
Nah, I ain't talking to nobody.
You just gonna drop it on them?
I'm just gonna drop it on them, man. I ain't talking to nobody. But we covered the history of that project and prophetics and Southern Vanguard Radio and all of that. I didn't know what to expect from this interview, but Brian did his thing. So shouts out to those dudes, man.
What up, Chop here?
Yeah, no doubt.
Word. Oh, and real quick too, rest in peace, Peyton Locke.
Rest in peace, Peyton Locke.
Rest in peace,
Rise
DJ
G.
Chaos.
DJ Chaos.
From the Artifacts.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Rise G. We lost a lot of folks over the past couple of weeks in this hip-hop world.
Out.
So,
no doubt.
Peace and love to them and their families.
No doubt.
We're going to continue on.
Absolutely.
All right. So that being said, this is Southern Vanguard Radio.
Yeah, it is.
We drop twice a week. Tuesdays is a mix show. Thursdays is an interview session with MC, DJ. It could be a photographer or somebody in the fashion world, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
We just have a good ass time on Tuesday and Thursday nights. So, make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts or SoundCloud or Mixcloud or Stitcher Radio or Spotify or Google Podcasts. Pretty much any podcast platform that you can think of. We're on that shit. YouTube.
No doubt.
And then we have some affiliates too, right, Meeks?
Yep. ATLHipHop.com. IamClassicRawRadio.net. X Squad Radio, X Squad affiliates, Return of the BoomBap, WRBB, all of those in Atlanta. And then you can check us out on the West Coast with Soul Public Radio.
Word.
Cali.
Yeah. So this week, episode 219.
219.
That means there's 219 mix shows you can go check out.
Yeah.
180 interviews. Last week we were out west for Boo Boo the Prince.
No doubt. San Diego.
Part of the New Crack Era team.
Yep.
Ito, all those cats.
New Crack Era West.
We heading back east this week.
Yeah, we in Harlem.
With the one and only G4 Jag, who's on the phone with us tonight.
What's up, homie?
What up, Jack?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Salute to y'all, man. Thanks for having me, man.
No doubt.
Southern Vanguard, man. I'm happy to be here.
No doubt.
Word. What's the latest, Jack? How are you, man?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I love that conversation y'all was just having about the family and all that. I represent Fly Family. That's what I do. So it's like that was big for me. It sounded like a bunch of dads building. That's
no doubt.
It's my real-time life outside of this music thing. You know what I'm
saying?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I could appreciate that.
Yeah, that shit ain't for the weak at heart, man. I'm on my way out of the game though. My youngest daughter, Jayla, this is her senior year in high school, so that's my last one. I'm about to be an empty nester.
Good life.
I'm about to be chilling, man. Can't wait.
I got 7-month-old twins, Lyric and Melody, man, and I'm just getting started all over.
You said 7 months old? Oh,
7 months old.
God bless you, man. For real.
I need this music thing to keep going in the right direction, man.
No
It's been doing beautiful things for me. So
no doubt.
I wanted to just keep headed that way.
Word. That's what's up, man.
Just dropped the album. Nothing Was Given. If y'all ain't hear that, I need everybody to go tap into that. G4Jag.bandcamp.com. You can go check that out, stream it, download it, merchandise up there, visuals. Go enjoy the experience.
Yes, sir.
And that was the last project I dropped this year, July 1st. So started the year with the Survivors. That's kind of like what got, people paying attention to what was going on with me. And then I gave them a collaborative effort with Madhattan Mayor. Shout out to Madhattan, called The Sixth Man in May. So the 3 projects in this year, I got a lot of mouths to feed and I love this art. So, the artist got to keep busy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I think this year was the year I probably started to take notice of you, Jag. I mean, it just seemed like all of a sudden, like you were everywhere all at once.
Yeah, you know what it is? I was, I've been doing this, I like all artists, but, every once in a while you get an opportunity to work with someone who might get you a little more shine. So, salute to Flee Lord, because he was one of the people who actually got me the opportunities and really the spotlight that, I've been, working so hard to achieve for. So, he really came in there, took the time and listened to hundreds of songs that I put together and put out a beautiful project with the Survivors. And with that paradigm that he kind of laid forth for me, I just continued to build and continue to put out music. Like I said, I had over 200 songs done when we shaved it down for the Survivors project. So I just continue to be creative, like daily, like every day I try to create something new and, try to make sure I'm stacking my catalog. So when it's time to really paint that picture, I have, a nice amount of music to pick from.
Yeah, gotcha.
Big shouts out to Flee, man. I was bumping his project on the way here, homie.
Yeah, man.
Still playing that shit in the whip.
Yeah, word.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Jag, I have some notes in here about some projects prior to this year, and admittedly, I'm not familiar with them, but what I have down here in my notes were like a part 1 and part 2 of a series called 911 Survivor. Is that right?
Well, it's actually 9/11 Survivor.
I'm sorry, 9/11.
It's the same thing. I am a 9/11 survivor. I was actually at 100 Trinity Place when the towers fell.
God damn! What?
I was really there. You know what I'm saying? So with those projects, I had a lot of pain on my chest. I had a lot of things to get off. So
hold up, Jag. You was working down there, or you just happened to be down there that day?
I was a junior in high school. I went to the high school for economics and finance. So we was the closest school in New York City. You can Google it. Address is 100 Trinity Place. That's where I was at. So when I came out the building, both towers were still up. We was across the street when the first one started coming down. I was running hands and feet when the first one was dropping. On the wrong side of ground zero when the second one came down. So. It was kind of nasty work, to say the least. But I've been through a lot. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. And I'm just trying to share my story with the world,
That's what's up.
God damn, Jag. That is crazy. I did not expect that, my dude. Damn.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I have only one comment, because us in this new day and age, you see the trollers and these people, they like to try to get you excited over the internet. And somebody made a comment that said, oh, this guy's just trying to come up off the people who actually died at 9/11. It's like, nah, brother, I seen somebody jumping out the building and, you know what I mean, exploding on impact and stuff. You can't see in footage. Like, you had to really be there. So I never say anything for clout. Like, that's the purpose of naming my projects that when I came with the 9/11 Survivor, I wanted you to understand that what I was saying was 100% authentic. Every last thing that I'm saying to you is going to be something you can prove. You can look it up. You can go ask somebody. You don't have to take my word from it. And that was the point of me naming my music projects with those titles. It was more to signify the level of authenticity I'm trying to bring to the table.
I love that series of titles too, man. 911, 9/11 Survivor, Welcome to Ground Zero. And then the 9/11 Survivor Part 2, the second time.
Yeah, and then we opened it up thanks to Flee with the Survivors. So that's what we did at the top of the year. We tried to be more all-inclusive.
Got you.
Okay, that makes sense now. Thank you for breaking that down, dude. That's super helpful.
Hell yeah.
I mean, listen, this is a career I've been building over these years, so it's not like I'm not here for the one hit, and I hope I can make you dance and get a big bag out of that. I mean, hopefully, maybe one day I make a piece of art that people want to dance to, some barbecue music sometime that maybe a Biggie Juicy or something, something that will resonate with the people for forever. But in the meantime, I got to just keep telling my story and being authentic with the folks. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
God willing, the people will choose something that big for me one day.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, hey, look, man, there are a lot of folks out here, that are, whatever you want to call it, blue collar, hip hop musicians that are making a decent, honest living off this rap shit right now. It's not about getting a deal, and as having to be signed and having to fucking do some some whack shit, just to pay the bills. There's a path there now, which there wasn't really.
No,
before.
You know what, and that's. I didn't know that beyond, I want to say maybe 2 years ago. I'm learning all about this because I used to live in Buffalo for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was, as a matter of fact, right after 9/11, I moved to Niagara Falls, New York, which is 20 minutes outside of Buffalo, New York. Mm-hmm. And because I just wanted to get as far away from the city as possible. I was really on my, I did my time here. I put my pain in these Harlem streets. I was able to get into a school, you know what I'm saying? That didn't last for me, but I was still in a different area, still getting to know different people and different cultures. So out in Buffalo, I was able to, meet with a lot of cats. And I feel like that's why my style is preserved, is because I wasn't around when the whole New York hip hop scene changed and everyone was chasing that machine money and everybody wanted to, that backing from the labels. I really wasn't around for that process. I was still writing and I was still in tune with the bars and the culture. My playlist to this day is mostly golden era hip hop and new school underground stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's played a big part in creating the product that I bring to the table.
That's crazy, man. That's ill. So how'd you get into this music shit, man? What's the background there? Were you always writing or an MC, or did you try DJing, or were you doing graffiti or
real talk? My pops was a DJ, R.I.P. to Sir Juice. And my mom, you know how it is back in the day. I'm from Harlem, in the 80s and early 90s. So, those Sunday, Saturday mornings, you know what I'm saying? Playing those good old school grooves. And if you listen to a lot of my music, my influences are those. If you listen to a lot of the samples I choose, I'm not really, I dig very, very deep for samples. I'm a part of every song that I create from a production standpoint. Shout out to Big French for, allowing me to be that creative. Because when I walk in the studio, nothing exists. I'm not coming into a list of beats and, I like this beat. Let me rock out on this. Or I like what you did. Let me get a part of that. I walk in and nothing exists. It's me and French. That's it. And he asked me how I feel for the day. And from that feeling, we start listening to the music. That's how we create the music. We start listening to the music. We go through older samples. I like 70s soul. I like a lot of 50s. A lot of the influences from there, where they had the four God quartets and all.
Yeah, the doo-wop and shit like that. Yeah.
Right, doo-wop. That's what I was looking for. So and so that's why if you listen to my music, you'll hear some more bounce. You'll hear songs like Well All Right or For the Survivors, where we're bouncing, we're having a good time. We're bringing more of that upbeat energy that I feel like is non-existent in any level of hip hop when we're talking about lyricism, having a good time, but not double time music. You know what I'm saying? The only way to have a good time now is if you're doing double time. I love BoomBap. I love the origins of this thing. So I try to keep, my sound as such.
Gotcha. So your father was a DJ. You ever tried? You ever tried your hand at DJing, or did you just kind of gravitate to MCing?
Nah, it was just high school, man. I started writing later than most people. I was more just a fan, and then we and my friends in high school, we started a little group called Iced Out Entertainment. We all went and got a bunch of fake bracelets and all that. We were kids, making bad decisions. You know how that is. But it was what we wanted. That was what was cool back then. You know what I'm saying? So we had our little cipher of rappers, and it was competitive. We used to try to write the better verse. It wasn't necessarily a battle situation, but it was definitely more of a cipher kind of energy, and just keep writing verses, want to be the best. And I was the worst. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was always coming out at the bottom. So I think literally that drive of not wanting to have the worst verse forced me to like pay attention to every last cadence, bar, everything I'm crafting, and I'm very picky at that to this point. And that's really where it came from, starting off as a youngin' in school and really getting to it.
Yeah, ain't nothing like that inner competition, man. I know the crew I come from, our thing was who was gonna be the one take Jake this session. You know what I'm saying? So so we be competing on that. I never got to that point because I like to stack my shit. So I let them have all that. I was never the one take Jake. But that inner crew competition is it builds men. It makes men. It builds character.
Yeah, it does.
That shit is serious.
It definitely does. It definitely does. I agree.
So you back in Harlem now. What's the climate like in Harlem right now?
Man, it's nasty work out. You know, it's the summertime. Summer's in the city. I think Jim Jones captured the climate with his project he put out this year. It's nasty work. I just lost my brother earlier this week through 5 shots on 124th of St. Nicholas, R.P. Wayne. And it's just been, a lot
Jack,
of violence.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, for real, man.
Sorry to hear that.
Man, it's been, I appreciate that for real. It's been a salute to everybody on the block. Shout out to 115, everybody on 115 who's going to listen to this, because I appreciate y'all support even in this time, of pain that we're going through as a family. So it's been a rough summer, but I'm grateful to remain positive. I actually picked up teaching. So in the meantime, we're doing music because I like to reach back out to my community. And one thing I noticed was that the construction business is a booming industry in the city.
No doubt.
So I got into teaching safety classes, OSHA 30-hour classes to get more guys that's, from places like us, from the hoods and from the community into some of these jobs where it's $70 million jobs, $90 million jobs, $130 million jobs, and you can't walk in and get a job, even though you live down the block. You know what I'm saying? So my goal was to make sure that these guys got the training they need in order to work. So on top of, doing music full time, I'm also trying to, make sure my brothers is winning, whether, we make $1 million off this music or not. We still got to build a legacy and create generational wealth.
No doubt. Now, Jag, you brought it up. We got some information earlier today. Were you with your brother when that happened? Did anything happen to you or?
Nah, I wasn't there. What's crazy? It was my wife's birthday that day. So we were actually out celebrating, which is a little crazy. And one of my other family members seen him, but he had just got into, doing some positive things. He actually just opened his own business. He was creating his own drinks and doing the right thing. So he was, doing his thing. His summer nights, he was out there getting his market together,
Okay.
And apparently, I don't know no back end. And like I said, this is a lot of new to us. So I don't want to get into details of things like that.
Yeah, no doubt. No, we had just gotten some information that something might have happened to you as well. But I'm glad that's not the case. And man, you got our condolences, brother. That's bad.
I said, no, that's been something that's been plaguing my mind. Kind of wish I was, because I felt like he'd have been good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I feel like we wouldn't have been in that situation if I was there. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that's been on my mind. You feel me? Is that I'm glad I wasn't. I'm a father of 4, and I got a lot I'm trying to build. But the people you love is the people you love. You would sacrifice anything to, what I'm saying, see my people's happy.
No doubt.
So,
God bless y'all, man.
For real.
I appreciate that, King. Real talk. I really do appreciate that. Like, not on some real spit, because I know y'all fellas is authentic. That's one thing I do my research as well. So I like the energy y'all bring to the table. So thank you for those blessings. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you fucked us up off top, man, quoting prophetics lyrics and whatnot, man.
Man, I had to, man. FYI for the FBI, stay fly, man. You gotta talk to them, man.
No doubt.
I fly talk. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I listen to the people talking fly.
That's
now, as soon as I heard I was doing the show, I had to go do my research, see who I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
damn.
See, man,
well, we appreciate that.
I can't tell you what list you moved into here at Southern Vanguard Radio, because one, I know we missed a couple weeks ago, but when you called today, you called 5 minutes early. And two, I don't in 5 years of doing this goddamn podcast, I don't think we've had anybody tell us that they've gone and done the research on us.
Zero.
Before the interview.
Zero.
That's dope, man. Thank you.
So you in high cotton right now, Playboy.
Right. A little mark there. That's a beautiful thing for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's dope. That's so dope.
And we appreciate y'all as culture creators. You gotta remember, from being artists to doing this podcast, y'all doing the things that artists will hopefully have in their career, longevity, trying to build other businesses out of their art form.
No
so,
doubt.
you know, at the same time, you guys are the pioneers of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep up the good work. We appreciate what you bring to the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's kind of out of necessity, man. It's because it's like this part of it right here, you know, a radio format, however you want to do it, like college radio, live radio, satellite radio, podcast, or whatever. It's kind of like a lost art, man. I know when we was out here like really, really trying to get it, you know, you could roll up to a radio station, they'll play your music, talk to you real quick or something like that. And now it's not really like that today. So we enjoy it.
Especially if you do any music that we like.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, we enjoy it for that right there, man. But yeah, definitely salute to you, man, for doing your due diligence, man. We appreciate that.
I try, man. I'm a fan first. That's how we got into this. You gotta remember, everybody had to start somewhere. So, you know, I'm a fan of this culture first.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so Jag, to that point, I mean, I know we kind of got a little sidetracked there, but to your point about, you know, your father was a DJ, you kind of started writing late. Was there anyone else that was an influence on you, whether, you know, directly or indirectly kind of coming up? Like, what made you want to pick up the pen?
Like from an artist standpoint, I was a real big, you know, this is a little crazy, but I used to be a real big fan of Big, a real big fan of Cam and Kiss, Jadakiss. So it's like those was my three, like my holy trinity if I'm reaching out. With an honorable mention to Hove and salute to Black Thought as well, because I like the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm always checking for the bar smiths. So, but I'm from Harlem. I'm from Uptown. So I was a big fan of, you know, obviously the home team, because I felt like from a business and a music standpoint, they was man. Everybody was wearing pink. Glamour Stink. I had the whole New York wearing pink. Shout out to Cam, man. Trendsetters. You know what I'm saying? So even though, like, you know, I know he got a lot of kickback for some of his bar work. You know what I mean? But I felt like with Cam, it was more than just the bars. He was building a whole kind of culture with what he was doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, what made you kind of start putting I can't talk tonight. Start putting songs and kind of formalizing things. Was it after your experience, you know, with 9/11, where you're like, I got to get this off my chest, or had you been working on music prior to that, or?
So to be completely transparent with you, like, music is like, it's like a love story with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always been a passion. It really was never like a drive from a business standpoint. It was always oh, I'm emotional, I gotta write. Oh, I'm going through something, I gotta write. Well, I'm feeling good today, I gotta write. Well, I'm high as fuck, I gotta write. So no matter what, like, my turn to was my pen. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what I realized is that through the constant building of the writing, I got a lot better over time. And it was to the point where I was moving a lot. I was living in a lot of different cities. I told you I moved to Buffalo. I lived in Niagara Falls. After that, I moved to Rochester. After Rochester, I spent some time in South Jersey. I bounced around Charlotte. Shout out to North Carolina. I was on tour down there for some time. In every city I was popping up in, I noticed I could keep up with whoever was the best of the best. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you always, you nice, but my man, you got to hear my man. You fire. You so fire, I got to go get my man. So I was always the but my man guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you good, but you got to hear my man. And I noticed that in every city I was in, they kept bringing me to the top of the top of the top of the top. So I was like, I just start paying attention to my company, and then I start paying attention to the moves that they're making. And it's like, man, maybe I need to be doing this for real, and stop, you know, thinking about the trap and think about the everyday struggle and trying to make sure, you know, there's food in the refrigerator, and make sure the kids got what they need, and making sure my wife ain't want for nothing, like making sure that, you know, those type of bases is covered, and let me focus on building something, like, you know what I mean? So it was really just, I was in the trap, bro. Like, I don't got nothing else to say but that. Like, I'm still there, was really there, and I was moving around a lot. So when you're moving around and you're not really taking music seriously, like one thing my brother L-Biz in Buffalo, salute to L-Biz, Mr. I Stay Busy, but he was one of the first people that really was like, yo, you need to do this wholeheartedly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to not play around at all. And he was getting me in the studio on a regular basis when I wasn't going to the studio. I was just writing bars and killing ciphers. I'm just pulling up to your cipher and I'm spitting. Oh, this is the most amazing cipher, but no one knows about it. Only the people who was there. Right. I used to tell them I'm local in mad cities. So I just got to connect these dots. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking about connecting dots, man, last 15 years in the Niagara Falls, Rochester, Buffalo area, that area right now is a hotbed. Like what could you tell us about the upcoming the what's the word, the resurgence, or the how did that area get to be the hotbed that it is now?
Preservation. I mean, literally what I just said. Those guys, they weren't influenced by chasing the machine money. They wasn't influenced by that. In New York, the labels is on 50th Street. The labels is on X, Y, and Z. You could pull up to 10th Avenue and 51st. You know where to go to get to the label. So you're gonna chase the bag. You know what I'm saying? Out there, they making music for their people. I'm making music to get this show. I want the crowd to rock with me. And I know this is what's going to resonate with the people. They're telling real pain and war stories. And they're really going through still pain and war. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, we're talking from a street level perspective. So it feels like New York in the late 90s. Like, you know what I mean? Like the aura is different out there. Yeah. The struggles that they're dealing with are different out there. And I was around. So you know what I mean? And I'm really from New York. I'm from New York in the early 90s, late 90s. So I'm built for that. Like, I'm built for these bodies. So when I was out there, I was more like a fish in water. It was like, oh, this is what I'm used to. Oh, we in the trap? I'll sleep in the attic. Give me a bed in the attic. I'm good. I'm pulling up. I'll be there. This is the routine. I bet. This is what we're going to do. Are we in the studio X, Y, and Z day? I bet. That's where we at. I got there and I fit it. I get in where I fit in. And because, we from the city, you say, if you survive in New York, you can survive anywhere. No doubt. So I feel like I'm really capable of communicating in any hood. And it doesn't, like Chicago, I've been around, like really outside for a while. So Buffalo is no different. It's just, as long as you come respectful and you come, ready to, know what time you got to be on, then you're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? But definitely not for the weak-hearted.
I believe that.
So what brought you back to Harlem, man?
Harlem's very different nowadays, but it's not, you know what I mean? Right. There's a lot of gentrification going on. Yeah. So, property values is skyrocketing, pushing people out of the community, but at the same time,
Bill Clinton live in Harlem, right?
I don't know about live. I ain't never
that's
seen
who fucked it up.
Nowhere.
That's who started the gentrification, man.
I saw some shit where Bill Clinton got a fly ass brownstone.
Man, Bill
somewhere.
Clinton bought a spot in Harlem, and then white folk just wanted to live there. Period.
No more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear that.
But I tell you like this, the climate though is, this summer has been a different summer. It's been one of the hottest summers we've had in a very, very long time, from a positive and a negative perspective. So I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on in Harlem right now. I'm trying to stay out the way and do this music, and hopefully, create something that's going to last forever, that my peoples can look forward to, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line.
Jag, what would you personally say is the source of negativity in Harlem right now?
The source, man, it's a lot of man. It's funny. It's so random right now. I don't know, maybe envy. Somebody wanting the next man plate. Yeah. Seeing the next man doing something and just wanting to be that man. Like, you know what I'm saying? People not being comfortable with who they are, and being comfortable in these circumstances, and having enough perseverance and drive to change your circumstances. That's why I'm in with the ocean stuff so heavy, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I'm trying to show people, like, yo, you don't got to take the next man plate. You can make your own plate. You can make your own way. Too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get yourself together, like, on this legal side. Like, you don't got to be on that wolf kind of time, like, because we all wolves. That's really the issue. It's a bunch of wolves, and everybody's hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you starve the wolves, somebody got to eat. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. So it comes with the climate, but each one teach one. I don't believe in destruction. I believe that mindset is a product of systematic racism. That's going on a whole nother level of conversation. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's so much more to it than we could break down on Southern Vanguard today. All I can say is that, I'm going to put my best foot forward every day. I'm going to try to be a leader, you know what I'm saying, and understand that strong black men doesn't always have to come with a negative connotation. You feel me? Like, that's all.
I add on to that. It's way better to build than destroy, so we can leave it at that.
Every time.
No doubt.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. But it's a lot going on up there, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people get caught up in the day-to-day just trying to make it to the next day, just trying to make it to the next 24 hours.
Like, that's understood.
How we going to make it to the next 24? Like?
Yeah, that's
real. I just go back to what Ito was saying a couple weeks ago. We interviewed him, Jag, and I think he said it on an interview prior to when he was on Book of Rhymes, but he was just like, man, we're just staying at the crib. Yeah. He's like, we don't go. We're just at the crib, man. We're just at the crib creating and just trying to make this shit go. You know, like,
man. Like, I'm trying to get to that point where, my creativity allows me to have that level of isolation. Just, unfortunately, we ain't made it there yet. So we still outside.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? But it comes with it comes with the life, you feel me? So unfortunately we are still outside, but I'm trying to keep my peoples inside, you know what I mean?
No doubt. Yeah. All right.
So, Jack, I want to go back to the creative process real quick because we kind of diverted when we started getting into it. You were talking about how you and French kind of get in the lab and, create from nothing. Like, that doesn't happen very often these days. I mean, even for folks, even for folks that might live close to one another or they're in, within proximity of one another, like, never mind all the email and, beats back and forth and flying verses in and out and all that shit. But I mean, to walk into the lab and just say, we're going to create something from, I mean, even you and I, Meeks, I mean, over the years, right? Like, very rarely has that happened. It's usually you walk in and there's some shit and,
But you know what? To that point, some of our best shit, homie, has been when we started from scratch.
Nothing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can relate to that for sure.
How'd you get into that, I don't know, that motion, I guess, Jag? Is that how you've always created?
It's so crazy. I am so anal about the sounds that I write to. So French is someone, he's like my brother. It's more than just a production and artist relationship with me and him. He really is like my big brother. I turn to him for everything. But when my bro just got shot, French is the first person who come check on me. He know I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the level of relationship we have. It's not like engineer, artist. It's more
your brother,
big brother.
Word, yeah.
So when he realized my capability, because like my big brother, his resume, if you don't know, about Big French as far as his audio resume, it's astounding. He's worked with anyone you could talk about, from Will Smith to, and I don't want to name drop, but he's worked for everyone and with everyone. If you do music in New York City, especially golden era hip hop, you've touched with Big French on some level at some point. You know what I'm saying?
He's official.
And for me, being family, it's like, well, he's not gonna take me serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, he in the game, like, you know what I mean? So he ain't listening to me, like, you know what I mean? So it took some time for him to really listen. Like I said, I was still in the trap. I was still involved in a lot of other things. He's not listening and checking to me for no music. Jag gonna fuck it up. Jag gonna get back outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But the truth of the matter is, I was dead serious. So when he really dived into what I was creating, and he let me take the reins for a little while, and it was like trust. I had to earn my trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, and over that time, he started like, well, what you think? Now he's picking my brain. Whereas before, I just be in there listening. You know what I'm saying? And as I earned my trust with the bro, it just became more of an open door market. So now that was years ago. So the music we create, every time I walk in, I'm going to listen to what he got to say. He's going to listen to what I got to say before we even start anything. As he's as we pick, if we decide on the sample or we decide on the sounds that we've chosen for whatever, wherever we decided to pick sounds from that day, if we're doing samples, if we're looking for random sounds, if I'm looking for specific instruments, I might have heard something on the radio and I thought, yo, I need strings today. I don't care what we're doing, but I need strings involved. So let's just find some fire strings today. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how we start. Then once he has the drum kind of pattern, the way he wants to do with the drums, or if he even adding drums, or once he has some type of formation, I start writing. I'm no longer in his head because I already influenced what I need to influence.
Right.
He's a god, so he can handle, he's going to do what he needs to do. And I'm sitting here. So if I hear anything that I want to add, I can say something real quick, stop my pen. Hey, yo, add this. Oh, that's fire. Keep doing that. Oh, do that for 4 bars. Give me that. That's perfect. I need you put it right on time while I'm writing this 4 bars. Right on time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Dope.
So, and that's why every song is literally catered to each emotion. It's not a song that I put out that's not tailored fit to what I'm doing.
That's ill. That doesn't happen at all these days. Nah. I'm gonna credit that back to your pops being a DJ, man. I think that's just osmosis.
Yeah, the air,
the air.
My ear is different. Between my pops, French, and my mom, and like my older folks who influenced like really my ears. Like it's to the point where I can hear mixes. Like I'll be sitting there with French while he's mixing another client. It only got nothing to do with me. And I can hear levels now. It's like, oh shit, I can pick up the different levels in the monitor and like, oh nah, that's too high. You need to tweak that a little bit, or he's like, shut up, I'm on it already. Like stop trying to play producer, like, you know what I mean? But, yo, you created this, you know what I mean? Like, yo, don't be mad at me now, like,
right? That's what's up.
You know how it is. He like, man, I don't tell you about no bars to write. You don't tell me about my beat. That's how it's gonna work.
Right.
I gotta show respect. That's all.
No doubt.
That's dope, man. So how'd you end up linking up with these guys? Was it through French? How'd you end up linking up with Flee and Loyalty or Death and all those cats?
We actually was recording in the same spot. It was through French. French was working with another young man, another producer that Flee was working with at the time. And whatever happened with their relationship, it didn't work out. And the producer and French, but Flee ended up still using the space, so he still wanted to work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's convenient space. It's in Harlem. It's great quality sound coming out of there. Like I said, French is a very hard worker. So constantly I'm walking in on his sessions. He's walking in on my sessions. You know how that is.
Gotcha.
So when you constantly, and then I'm Mr. Meet Me in the Sky. Flee is the chopper lord. He always got the good gas on deck. So after smoking a couple choppers and always building with the right people, like mine's always going to, continue to build with each other. So he took the time to really make sure I had a good platform to jump from and make sure I had at least a couple eyes paying attention for me. But he has a very busy year this year. So he's focusing on, getting his product in the right place, and he's killing shit right now. I mean, I know y'all see what's going on.
Yeah, you can say that.
Proud of him right now.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah,
definitely killing shit right now.
Yeah, word.
Sure.
Deserves every bit of it too, man. That's dope. I just love seeing y'all, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, like I said, he set a strong paradigm forth, and he put a bar up, and now it's up to us to do chin-ups, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you can ask of a man is show you the way. Word. So once the way is shown, now you got to do your reps, baby. You got to come get your money. So I'm here to get my money, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to put my reps in, make sure they know that, I'm here for the long haul.
That's good shit.
Yo, Jag, I was gonna ask you, what's up with the mask theme? Are they
that's beautiful. I'm glad you asked me that, right? The Plague Doctor mask thing is something that me and Flee sat and built on with the original project of Survivors. But the history with the Plague Doctor mask is, the doctors they used to wear to kind of protect themselves from the bubonic plague, back in the 1800s and all of that. And I use it as a double metaphor. Like, if you see the game, I consider that the plague. You know what I mean? That's the disease. And I'm just protecting myself, from the nonsense. So even though, like, I have a small cipher of things I listen to, I don't try to be influenced by anything. Everybody asks me, you heard this new jam, or you heard, such and such. Usually I didn't, because I don't want anything to have influence over my pen. Because just even if you don't want it to, subconsciously it's gonna play a part. You know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
Especially if it's dope. Yeah. If it's dope, any creator is gonna appreciate it. So it's not. I try to stay far away from everything. So that plague mask is kind of representation of how I handle things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's me navigating through the hip hop game. It's me protecting my hip hop purity so I can give the people who, you know, who are survivors, my fellow, you know, BoomBappers, the people who appreciate what we're doing, give them their art in its purest form. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what the plague mask represents. It's like me navigating through this hip hop game.
Dope. That's dope, man, because a lot of people just do some like different shit just to be different, and there's no message or meaning behind it these days. You know, everybody's like, you know how it is, man. Like,
it's just like, oh, I want the cool, artsy looking thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I want the, I get it.
You know, I mean, dude, the game is so wide open now from like when, you know, shit, I mean, I'm fucking 42, Meeks is, I mean, he's old. He's older, but I mean, like, you know, a lot of the shit that we see these days, I still bug out because, you know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, like if you'd ever dropped having like that type of artwork, like people would have thought you were a fucking weirdo or something, right? But like now it's like now, like, which is dope.
That's the thing.
Everything's wide open.
You got to give credit to like the West Side Guns of the game.
Oh, word.
The Conways, the Makamis, the people who have kind of transitioned this boom bap into like art dealership. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more now. What is the art that's tied to the music, and why is it? Is there any knowledge of it? Because they had to expand the market. It was hard to get money in music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what no one had an answer for a long time, was especially after the internet took shit over and the machines were still running things. So the artists getting raped by the internet and the artists getting raped by the machine. So how does the artist eat?
How do you make
money? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're a top artist, unless you're the top dog where you can make those micro pennies add up to something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how does the artist eat? So these pioneers of like this underground kind of, I don't even, can we even call it underground anymore? Seeing pictures of Benny the Butcher next to Hov. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you call it now? You right about that.
I don't know. I call it beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's beautiful is what I call it.
Definitely was good to see some shit like that for real.
They took the money back. They took the power back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like from the labels and force them to play their game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know any details on I don't know anything about their back end business, but I can tell you what I see from a fan perspective. You know what I mean? They got control over what they're putting out. They're not putting out no foo-foo shit. They putting out straight heat.
It's shit that gutter out there.
Yeah, they telling they real live stories. They not playing into the hands of the machine. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. I love what they've done, and it's created a lane for artists that are really good at. If you're good at this shit, then you can play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, if you not even, you know, if you don't take this serious, then you're not going to survive in this arena. You know what I mean? Like, it's only for the elite. Like.
Yeah, my theory is that, you know, and just by chance, you know, Meeks and I started this thing 5 years ago, not knowing what was around the corner, you know, just with the way this whole shit kind of like, you know, some people call it a renaissance or the new golden era, whatever you want to call it. But you know, where was I going with this? I was going to say some real prolific shit, and it just left me. You would have think
it sounded prolific as shit, bro. Mad prolific.
Are you all right? Are you all right tonight?
I don't know what's going on with me tonight.
I need you to pull that back in, man, because you had me open. I'm like, man, homie, going there. What happened?
I've been sitting here with the blunt unlit. I said, yo, he about to drop the room right now. Let me light this shit up, get my shit together. You know what I'm saying?
What happened, homie?
You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Think about that for a minute. I got a couple questions for you, Jag, and they not that prolific either, man. You was talking about your twins earlier, man. Are you getting your sleep back together, man? They 7 months old now.
You know what? I'm so blessed to have a strong black woman in my corner. So I work a lot, and I'm still outside. So, you know, my time is really spent on trying to make a living. You know what I mean? So real talk, my lady really picked up a lot of the buck. And I got twins. I ain't shit, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I ain't take the bang like how most people with twins take the bang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she did a lot of this shit herself. So, like, you know what I mean? Like on some, you got this? I'm going back to sleep. I holler at you. I got to get up in the morning. You know, they got to be at work 6 o'clock. All
no
that,
doubt.
you know the vibes. All right. You got the juice. All right. I'm saying so.
That's dope.
I kind of had a little ABB select start up down, like, you know, a little cheat code.
Okay, a little cheat code. I got you, no doubt. And my other questions, man. I just followed you on IG, man. Make sure you follow back. I was looking at a couple of pics. You look like a big dude. I'm a big dude. And over the years, I come to realize that rap is a little man sport. How you feel about that shit right there, man? Because I'm 6'7", 280.
I disagree.
I'm 6'7", 280. You know what I'm saying?
Salute the Pounds 448, man. Pounds might be having the strongest, you know what I mean, artists come out of the year right now. You know what I'm saying? Big man running shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it's big niggas running shit, man. I don't know about that, man. I disagree with you, man. Yo, Rose and Khaled had us looking good for like 2 whole weeks straight, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't count them, man, because
I got my chest. I got my chest tatted. You can't tell me nothing now, bro. I'm outside. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't count Rose and Khaled, man, because they wide. They ain't tall. They ain't big and tall. I'm talking about big and tall. You look like you like 6'5" or something. What you standing at?
I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2".
6'2". Okay.
I'm 6'2".
Okay. All right. I just
fucking
you know what I'm saying?
I'm a big dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
doubt.
I try to never deny that.
But I don't think people take into consideration, man, how hip hop has made people's image more than what it was. You know what I mean? Like,
it was sexualized, bro. We know it was sexualized. Hip hop is sexualized. Let's not call it anything but what it is. Not
even really about that, about sexualizing, but I'm just talking about the imagery itself. When you think about a Mobb Deep or you think about a DMX and you think about those videos that popped off early, they seem larger than life, you know what I'm saying? But they wasn't. And they was not, you know what I mean? So it's just like, that's the thing for me. But it's like I guess early on for me, I gravitated towards
seeing industry rappers. Some real shit now. You brought us, so you digging.
Okay.
When I was young, right, the first niggas I met was, I saw Cam get out the car, right? Now, you ever met Cam in real life?
I have not.
I haven't either.
So Cam about 6'4". He a big ass dude.
Play ball and all that, yeah.
So, yeah, he tall as shit. He used to play ball and all that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So he get out. I'm like, oh, rappers is fucking giants. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, shit.
It's different for you.
Big as shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just about to say I gravitated towards the right cats in the game because I went on tour with Chris some years back, and I always felt like that's somebody I need to really line myself up with. So when I actually met him in the flesh and saw we was standing eye to eye, I was like, yeah, I'm in the right arena right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel good. Like
I did my thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, man, it's man, you got a wonderful story, man. I appreciate your grind and your hustle, man, and we fans over here, you know what I'm saying? You can go back over.
And I'm a fan too. That's a boomerang. I want y'all to know that.
No doubt.
Man? So salute to Southern Vanguard and salute to everybody who taps in.
Yeah.
If you listen to this radio, please understand you got respect from G4 for supporting this platform because they give artists like me a voice. You
no doubt. I was just about to say.
I'm somebody who's been putting this pain in for years. And I appreciate any guys who reach out to the bottom and listen to the survivors. So thank you for that.
You can go back and look at the playlist, man. We fans over here, so we're gonna continue to put that on. And anytime you got something you trying to get a feel for what the people think about it or whatever, man, you can send it this way. We got you.
Word.
Oh man, y'all on the email list, man. Please shoot me an email on DM or something. I'll add you right to the new release list. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get everything. when the DJs get it, same time. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I figured it out. I remembered it, but I think it's kind of anticlimactic now.
Nah, run that, homie. We need to get that.
Well, Jag was talking earlier about how, if you want to do this shit now, like, this lane that West Side and this group of folks created, and like, the art and shit like that. Like, if you want to do it and it's dope and you're good at it, you're going to win, to Jag's point. So, Jag, where I was going with that before I completely lost it into the ether somewhere is that I firmly believe, we've had multiple conversations about this, Meeks, that I think we're at a point now where natural selection is going to take over, because there's so many records that come out every week, so many albums, so many singles. And like, I think we're probably going to hit a wall, or these artists are going to hit a wall, and we're going to start seeing folks kind of fall off because they can't keep up with the demand, and two, the shit isn't unique and dope enough for, them to be sustained any longer. They can't come up with a product that people will invest in beyond them downloading it for free off hip-hop bootleggers or, whatever the fuck it is, right? Yeah. So, I mean,
what's going to happen is, like you're absolutely right. Natural selection is about to take over. If you don't sound like yourself, if you sound like anybody else, they're not going to dig it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be your own lane. So that's why I love what I bring to the table, because I don't tell anything but my story. All my music is a reflection of my real life. And everybody says, "Oh yeah, well that's what I do." I tell them, but like, is it interesting? Is it something worth listening to? Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear we on the block all day because we heard that. You know what I'm saying? We know that story. We know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's different? What makes you different? Like, you know what I mean? And I think that is absolutely right, because I literally just had that same conversation with Flint, is that what's going to stand out is that the authenticity. And we have a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we telling the exact same tale that was heard over and yes, we got some memorable parts. We got some rites of passage, like everybody else is going to have rites of passage. But you're gonna what makes your story separate you from the crowd?
No
you know
doubt.
What I'm saying? Like,
no doubt. I shut the barbershop down this weekend, homie. I was in there Saturday, and the question came up from the chair next to me. Yo, if Andre 3000 drop a record right now, you think it'll blow the fuck up? I said no. They was like, what the fuck you mean? Like 3,000? I was like, that nigga got 14 days, just like everybody else out here. I was like, y'all quit playing now. Quit playing yourself. He drop an album right now. He got 14 days, just like everybody else. Just like 444. Just like Freddie Gibbs and Mad Lib. Just like 2 weeks, goddammit. That's it. What you were saying, Jay?
He better rack up all he can in that 14 days. Right. That's what he got.
That's all he got. What you was about to say, Jay?
I was going to say, we'll talk. It would depend on the producer he chooses to work with, and if it's a single or a whole project. Because if Andre 3000 comes with a Pharrell single, he could take over the rest of the year. It couldn't be. It might not be 14 days. It might be the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would say it'd be a combination of that and the promotions. I think
he can go pop. Andre 3000 has full capability of going all
He's already done that. No doubt.
No doubt. It don't got to be hip hop with him. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like if he put out a fire hip hop record, I agree with you 1,000,000%. 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if we talking about Andre 3000 now, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to put him in the lane with your Drakes, with your, you know what I'm saying?
And that's funny you said Drake, because Drake is the top dog right now. He's figured out how to stay on everybody's mind right now. So to that, when they initially brought the question out,
I would say even Meek is on his way back to the top, because what he's doing with this whole prison reform thing and really taking over these visuals, like attacking this Amazon Prime market and attacking these voters in this time where we're in this hot political climate.
Yeah.
He actually might have dipped that sauce in some shit that niggas ain't wasn't ready for.
Yeah, that's that Rock Nation shit though.
That's that Rock Nation shit. And then the other thing too is now Meek, with all of this behind him and what he's trying to do, he's got to change his whole shit up. It can't be fly dream chasers shit no more. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be he got to be on some real shit. You can't put out the typical Meek Mill music
really
now.
Listen to his catalog. He always talk about some authentic, because I'm not the biggest, no shade to Meek. I don't listen to anybody though. Like I already said that. I listen to the very few people I already named. Like you know what I'm saying. So when it comes to like those outside sources, I really don't tap in like that. But I pay attention to the business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And from a business standpoint, he playing chess right now. Like, you know what I mean?
No
it's
doubt.
He made a lot of good chess moves in the last 3 months.
No doubt.
I can't wait to see what's next. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's no one who's moving like that besides him. Like, you know, like with the power and the fucking momentum besides Griselda. But they're talking about pure music. Like, you know what I mean? Like he on some like. It looked like he want to be the next Hov. Like he on some like I'm trying to figure out how to get into this media shit.
It's gonna be interesting.
That's a good point. There aren't many folks that would own what Meek is doing right now, because you got to realize what you're gonna give up, quote unquote, give up to do some shit like that.
Absolutely,
right? You know,
and you got to really be committed to it. And that's what I was saying. Like when I was talking about how he got to change his shit up, that's gonna be a test of his commitment to the path that he's on right now. No doubt.
Yeah, it's real interesting right now, man.
Definitely.
For sure.
It's an interesting climate right now. It's a definitely interesting climate because it's a lot of voices that want to be heard, and it's a lot of people, you know, a lot of different people that's stepping up. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Jag, last one from me, man. I was talking about Chopped Herring Records at the beginning of the show. I saw that the Survivors came out on Dutch label, the Rap Winkel.
Yes, sir.
Was that a good business move? Did they do good business, and would you work with them again?
The Rap Winkel did excellent business. They did exactly. They did great business, and if they reached out, I would definitely work with them again. But they did good business. I have no qualms with the Rap Winkles. Like they reached out, they was clear, they communicated.
Mm-hmm.
It was good business. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what's up.
Did you ever think you'd have a Dutch record label putting out your shit on vinyl, Jag?
Shit, just reaching out to you. You know what I mean?
I'm on 115th and Morningside Avenue. I never had that.
That's wild, right?
Like me and Flee was looking at each other like, word. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a conversation.
That's
you know
dope.
What I mean? Like, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
and they actually they came to the table official, like good business
that's
people.
Dope.
Like salute to the Rap Winkle. Like no, you know what I'm saying? Like much salute to those guys, like because they gave an opportunity to a kid, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the bottom. So it's like now I have things that's going to be in the universe for forever. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm on a resale market. My project right now is on the resale market, $140 a vinyl. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you got to come out the pocket for that shit right
now,
son.
It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
No
to be
doubt.
appreciated. Every poet just want to be heard. Like I think J. Cole had that quote on one of his projects. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That's the truth. Like everybody just want to be heard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to listen to this story. Like you know what I mean? And appreciate this art that we bring it to the table. You feel me? Like this shit not easy. Like,
word.
So that being said, Jag, what do you want to leave the people with, man? The floor is yours. Whatever you want to say.
Man. The biggest thing I want to say is, man, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for listening. First and foremost. Secondly, if you want to follow up, please go to G4 Jag.bandcamp.com. That's G4 JAG.bandcamp.com. That's your source for all music. You can stream it, you can download it, tap in, buy some merchandise, buy some physicals. New project coming September 11th. I got to drop 9/11 every year. I don't play around with that date. So I'm coming, like, you know what I mean? And just be in tune. Thanks Southern Vanguard, and salute to the Fly family, man. Everybody that's tapped in.
No doubt.
Word.
We appreciate you, Jag.
Jag, thank you, brother. This has been a real pleasure, man, on a number of fronts, man. This has been a real great conversation tonight. Probably the most fun we've had in a while.
One of the best this year for sure. No doubt.
Oh man, that's a humbling compliment, man. I'm take that and run with it. You feel me? Good looking.
Right. No doubt.
Word. All right. We'll be
good, Jag.
We'll be in touch, Jag. All right.
Stay up.
And that's a boomerang. Yeah.
All right. Go make some bottles or something, man. Get them Pampers together, man. Get ready.
Peace.
Peace.
All right. Peace, Jag.
All right. Got you.
Peace.
All right.
Oh man. Wow.
Yeah. Awesome fucking story, man.
Look, man, I always have fun at this shit. Oh, we always have fun, right?
Yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop flip flopping on the interview, man. Because one week it's a little sketchy, but then you talk to a G4 Jag and all is right with the world.
Just a fucking good conversation, just all over the map,
story,
man.
Just a great story, man.
It is a great story.
Yeah,
right.
I can appreciate that.
All right, so G4 Jag hit his Bandcamp. You can search G4 Jag Bandcamp. The shit just comes up. I just checked, actually.
No doubt.
So like he said, I mean, 2019 was crazy for this brother. He had, the Survivors drop at the top of the year. Nothing Was Given dropped a couple months ago. He's got a collaborative project with Madhattan out now called The Six Man. We're going to get into some of those joints. And,
he putting it out there, man. Go get it.
Yeah, just support him. I mean? Shout out Big French, too.
No, man, Big French. We got to get that interview, too, because he could tell some stories.
We do need to get that interview. I'm putting that on the list.
Frenchie, we coming at you.
French, you next, man. Holler at us for real. We're going to make that shit happen.
Yo, we are the guard, y'all. DJ John Doe, Cappuccino Meeks, man. Southern Vanguard Radio. We out.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace, y'all.